Hi Leo, welcome to your November 2017 overview reading. So getting started, I'm just going to do a modified Celtic cross for everybody today. I have a new deck and I don't have any workshops coming out this month, but as usual, if you're looking to work with me one-on-one, all of that is in the description box, or if you're looking for a single question reading, those are available as well. Okay, let's see what's going on here. And then here is the Angels of Abundance cards. What wants to come up for Leos, huh? Oop, you get two. Okay. So we have do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. And pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you're paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. Okay, pay yourself and don't shy away from doing the work. Make sure that you're on top of your business this month. It looks like it's just going to be worth your time and energy to do the work. Okay. And then as usual, I'm not doing a timeline this month. So if you do prefer when I offer the timelines for each month, drop a comment and let me know. But this month is going to be a little bit different. Okay, so at the base of the spread, this is where you're starting off. We have Nine of Swords. So a big fat fear picture coming through. This is just you. It looks kind of like there's an inability to move forward with something because you're a little bit nervous of what might happen, what are the risks. It looks like risk evaluation going on. Do I invest the money? Do I invest the time? Do I take the big career risk? It's just, there's some big thing that's coming up that's stirring up some fear. You know, do I open my heart to this person? You know, whatever. Do I take action to be vulnerable? There's a lot of stuff coming to the surface where you have to think about how are you spending your resources. Okay, the challenge is the death. Transformation. So this is serious upheaval. This is your rewriting everything you thought you knew. So that is the pain point. The fear is coming up. It's almost like I see this as an upper limit problem, like things are going really well. And when things are going really well, we have a tendency to create barriers for ourselves. And so that's kind of coming up, but it is something that's in the middle of transforming. So let's see what else is going on this month. What's leaving behind is the Nine of Cups. So it looks like you were just in this really lucky, fortunate period. Let me see what the clarifiers are before I speak more to that. Ace of Pentacles and Five of Wands. So there was something going on where you had this period where it was kind of like a new physical beginning, something new, like a job or a project, or you're working with a new client, or you've been assigned to a new partner at work, something like that, right? So you had this really good streak of luck. Everything was going well. And then there was also some conflict that was involved in that. So whether this be internal, how do you navigate the situation, or if this was an outright bickering and disagreement about how to approach things, it looks like that is transitioning out. So that is leaving you behind and it's shifting into something else. So it looks like there's a little bit of turbulence work-wise, but really you have had a streak of luck. This looks really minor. If I'm being completely honest, this doesn't look like anything that's going to be pushing, like this looks like a done deal. This is in the past. This, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Now what you have coming in is the Three of Swords. So this is some grief energy. Let me clarify before. Seven of Cups and Knight of Swords. So this is you really craving your independence and freedom. It's like you're really committed to having options open and the ability to choose. So it kind of looks like that's what your big focus is I need to have all my options open at all times. And there is some fear about getting trapped. Is whenever I see the Three of Swords and the Seven of Cups, it's like, well, I need to preserve myself so that I can, you know, flee at any time and avoid any grief. It's just kind of like not feeling safe to fully invest yourself out of fear. So just be aware of that if those feelings are coming up for you in one way or another, because it looks like commitment. There's a fear of committing to one option, that it's going to result in something bad or that you're not going to get what you want. And so the Knight of Swords is all independent, like not the type of person who sticks around. This looks like you. This does not look like another person, especially if you have a sun or a moon that's an air sign, then it's kind of you're actually embracing more of those air qualities depending on what's sitting in your chart. So it just looks like there's an aversion to taking risks right now. And it could be something emotional since we have a reference, you know, the cups, which is always an emotional, or dealing with emotions. Okay. So what your goal is for the month, the Lovers. So really seeking connection with other people, wanting to collaborate. And this isn't just romantic partnership, although it could be. In that context, you know, it could easily be that comes to the forefront and you're like, yes, I want partnership. I'm going to make that happen. But if you get cold feet, just to be aware of that it's almost like, hey, I'd really like this thing. I'd really like this partnership thing, but I'm also scared of locking myself into something where I'm going to get my heart broken. And this could be like with a job. Again, it could be like, wow, I really want this business partnership to work, but what if it doesn't? You know, it's just always that, but what if it doesn't work out? That's coming up. So let's see what clarifies your goal. Oh my God, you got the Lovers again and the Nine of Coins. That's exciting. Okay, so now this is looking romantic. Even though we do have a slightly independent card that's still sitting up there at the top. So the Nine of Coins is, you know, definitely holding on to that independence. You know, that's what's really important. It's very self-sufficient. You know, I can take care of myself. I don't need anyone. That is the underlying tone of the Nine of Coins. But at the same time, this is starting to look like romance is kind of coming to the forefront. At the very least, it's increasing connection. Connecting with friends, connecting with family, reconnecting with your partner. It just looks like connection, connection, connection is the most important thing for you this month. So anyway, let's see what's going on in the subconscious. I might answer some questions about this. We have Son of Wands. See, so this is equivalent to the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is flighty. The Knight of Wands is kind of skittish, like, hey, I'm kind of nervous to commit to anything, so I'm just going to commit to nothing. That is who the Knight of Wands, or in this case, the Son of Wands, is. So just be aware of that. If you're serious about partnership, then you have to at least, you know, like, give it the opportunity. You have to take a risk. If you're serious, if you do want this for yourself, then show up. Do it. Make it happen. Be, do your best to make yourself open to the possibility and open to taking risks. You don't need to be reckless. There's a reason why we're all sensitive with our hearts, but it's, you know, understand that there are absolutely people worth investing in. That's kind of what I'm seeing, especially with the Nine of Coins. It's about investment. It's about personal investment. So think about who is worth your time, who is worth investing in, and then go from there. The clarifiers on your subconscious, we have Four of Swords and Page of Pentacles. So it looks like if you've been working really hard, you need to take a break. It's kind of like if you might be extending yourself a little bit too far, and it could be causing some burnout. Anytime I see the Four of Swords, it's like, all right, time for rest, time to go to sleep, time to just take a break and enjoy yourself, you know, take it easy. That's what you need, right? That's what's going to be coming to the surface, is how do I still make time for myself and make things happen? The advice for the month is Six of Coins. So with this, it's about your advice is to notice the reciprocation within your relationships. What are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to? Is this other person investing in the same way you are? When you give a little, do you get a little? So it's just figuring out, okay, how much are we giving and taking from each other, and what are we, just watch yourself with this. Watch your level of investment, emotionally and financially. Okay, and the clarifiers, we have the Queen of Rods and the Knight of Rods. So for this, this is starting to look very much like two people, right? It's not just because there's two people in the cards, but it's like these are representative of your relationship, whether you're a male or a female, with the people surrounding you. So it's about reciprocation. Focus on clarifying how deeply you want to invest in the people in your life. Okay, the external influences, we have the Eight of Swords, so we have more trapped energy coming to the surface. So is something kind of a frustrating situation where you're feeling trapped? Where is this? Is this at work? Is this at school? Do you feel like you're completely bound and confined to a certain obligation that you have? If that's the case, then that's kind of going to be pushing you, whether this be work or whatever. And the clarifiers, we have, oh my god. Okay, so you have Eight of Coins, which is the work card, and Six of Coins, again, reciprocation. So what do you owe? Is there something you owe to somebody? Because that could easily be coming up. We have the Six of Coins again, and this does look like work. It's kind of like, man, I really want to do that super fun thing, but work is in the way. Hey, maybe you want to like hang out with this new partner of yours, this new lover of yours, but instead your work is getting in the way. That's something that, you know, is easily the case, the way things are looking. Okay, so your hopes and fears, we have Son of Pentacles. So it's interesting, I'm getting references to you're really hoping for ideal outcomes. So you're kind of crafting your vision and your expectations around what you want and how you want things to go in your 6th chakra. So that's right where your 3rd eye is sitting. That's where you make all your plans. And because of that, you're really trying to look ahead and say, what type of life do I want to build for myself? Who is this person that I'm investing in? What do I want for myself? What does balance look like for me? So it's just you're figuring all of that out right now. And this isn't, it looks like you're kind of busy. There's a lot of stuff where you're, you know, like you keep driving down not a one-way street, a dead-end road, and then you have to come back, track, reevaluate. It's just constant adaptation to the shifts that are happening. So it definitely looks like a busy month, but it's also about get clear on what you want. Okay, then we have the Hierophant and the 7 of Coins. So now this is looking like you might be spreading yourself a little bit thin, and it's nice to incorporate some structure. So your hopes, it's like, okay, what I'm getting, because the 7 of Coins is all about like planting seeds, you know, making sure that you're distributing all of these different things for yourself and casting a wide net. What this is saying is narrow your focus on all of the things so that you're able to get really clear. What do you want to happen? And that's going to help you make your hopes a reality. And let's see where November leaves you. So at the end of the month, you have Son of Swords. So this is kind of, it's interesting. It's like, if you can see the difference, it's like you're really hoping for all of these great things to happen, and then you kind of wake up and you're like, okay, this is, you know, it's time for me to move forward and take action, make these things happen. So right now you're just in the cultivating stage. You're crafting your vision, and then you wake up. Let's see what's modifying it. Oh my God. Okay. Whew. 2 of Cups and the Star. So this is basically like the Lovers, right? This is romance, connection, collaboration, co-creation. And this is the soulmate card, or it is a soulmate card. That and the 6 of Cups, but I digress. So this looks like you're just super into this companionship that you have going on, even if this is just reconnection with your current partner. It's kind of like you figured out, oh, right, this is what I want. And so there is definitely, you know, some soulmate action going on, because it's definitely like, there's just a lot of, God, how do I explain this? It's like there's a lot of information out in the astral that you're actually consolidating and manifesting and watching it grow. And part of that has to do with the relationships that you have. So it looks like there's a lot of romance, there's a lot of coupling and partnership. All of that is really bubbling up to the surface. So that looks really fun and exciting. Anyway, let's do a 3-card pick. Okay, so I'm going to use the Oracle cards for a growth period. Now, this is just extra information from you. If you want to pick one, great. If you want to pick all 3, I don't care. This is your reading. So whatever is calling to you, whatever you feel like, oh yeah, that middle card, that's the one, or whatever. And then if you want to use these cards for your relationship, that's fine too. Or they can just be extra advice. Okay, spread 1, we have mentor. This is you stepping into a mentor role for someone else, or you are becoming a mentor yourself. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this looks like you're a little bit distracted. If you are in partnership, then it looks like you kind of get sucked into this external influence right here. And you're like, man, I have all these things that I need to take care of. I feel really confined in work. I'm going to need to repair this before I can give you all of my attention again. So it just looks like there's a little bit of distraction. Like this person's, hey, over here, I want your attention, but you're not completely available. I don't see this as being your partner. I see this as being you. Like you're the one who's distracted. At least this month. That's how it looks. Okay, spread number 2, high flying. So make sure that this is like your confirmation. Yes, you are on the right path. You're doing really well. Let's give you a round of applause. Good job. Keep up the good work. This is just like a good omen that the transformations you're experiencing are necessary, and they're absolutely a part of the necessary growth for you to be the best version of yourself. Then we also have 3 of Pentacles. So we have another work card coming up. This is, hey, I really need to get my work done. I love you to pieces, but I have a lot of stuff to do. So it looks busy. It just looks really busy. It looks like you squeeze time in where you can for that connection that you're looking for, but it's also your job has to come to the forefront. Gotta pay the bills, right? Okay, spread 3, we have pleasure and pain. So let me clarify this first. We also have the 9 of Wands. So this looks like it's interesting. From everything else going on, it looks like this is in reference to almost liking the burnout. I know that's kind of odd, but it's like you like being this aloof busybody who just has a bunch of stuff to do. It's kind of like you like the intensity and the drama of it. And so because of that, it just looks like you're more prone to falling into those pictures of, oh, I'm so busy, everything is so chaotic, because that it almost validates our existence. Like, wow, I'm so busy that it's killing me, but I'm important. It's a really common thing that I see all the time. So that's what this looks like it's in reference to, is that there's like some pleasure coming from this really laborious experience. And then the 9 of Wands is kind of like things are progressing for you, but you kind of need to work out the kinks with this. But things are moving forward with your partnerships, romantically speaking. It's, things are moving along. For these 2 spreads, it just looks like things are coming up where it's like their partner isn't being put on the back burner. It's just communication is really really vital for these, whereas this spread or these 2 cards, it just looks like the communication is there, so just keep up the pace. Okay, that is all I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much. If you're looking to work with me or sign up for my newsletter or get any of the goodies that I have to offer, everything is in the description box, and I will see you next time.